What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 102 of The Road to Glory, here with FC United of Manchester. Hopefully you guys are good. Since the last episode, which was literally 2 days before this in terms of in-game time, we beat Manchester United in the FA Cup 6th round to get a place in the semi-final, playing either Leeds or Arsenal. I still don't know who I'm going to be playing in that. We've got SC28 coming up in the Europa League, which should be an interesting one. I'm probably not going to be live comming that simply because I expect us to go out there and get a win. 20 don't have the strongest side. We are a top European side, at least in my eyes, and I'd be very shocked if we were to lose to them. Anyway, as I said, today's game is against Manchester United in the league. Looking at the league in case you missed it or you've forgotten from last episode, we currently find ourselves 4th with a game in hand on a few of the teams above us, which if we were to win would see us move just 3 points away from Arsenal, who are top of the league, which could be a really interesting kind of end to the season considering how close it really is at the top. Looking at a few of the player stats you might see here, most assists, Alfredo Senior really heading that up. He's been superb for us again this year. And then Jean-Christophe Perriard played really well for us. The young Frenchman got most man of the matches, and he's also one of the top kind of average rating players within the league, which is great to see. Considering that a lot of these other players aren't kind of the attacking-minded players you might expect. He's kind of the highest-rated striker in the league. So that's a good sign to see. And he's been absolutely superb for us this year. So, without further ado, as I promised last episode, I'd look at some of the regens I've got coming in. So, a quick look at some of these. Not as many as I wish there were to tell you about, but Batista's still on his way in. He comes this summer, so that's going to be an interesting one. Real kind of talented player, it has to be said. Good natural ability. Looking forward to having him here. We have Wesley Beckham coming from England. From Southampton. He's no relationship to David Beckham, before someone asks, but a real kind of natural right midfielder, and he almost reminds me of David Beckham in a number of ways. He's only 15, so he's got a little while to develop yet, but a good signing nevertheless. We also have Robinson here, who's a really good defender for Santos. He's going to be coming in this summer as well, so another one of these young players coming from Brazil, just waiting on his age to really kind of get up to 18 so you can finally transfer. And last but not least, we have Amid Trabelsi, who's a Frenchman, 15 years old, good little natural forward. This guy can play on either wing as well. He's 15. His natural stats really stand out to me, and I'm hoping going forward he can perform well and hopefully reach the highest level of football here with us. So anyway, looking at the squad as a whole, just a quick look at some stats, I suppose. Top goal scorers, Alfredo Senior and Peyrard, both have 19 goals apiece in all competitions. Peyrard has played more matches, so Alfredo Senior is kind of the most clinical player in the club. And Alfredo Senior, with his 12 assists compared to Peyrard's 14 assists, I mean, those two have really kind of led the way for the squad. Jose's also chipped in with 11 goals and 6 assists. But all in all, it's been a really good, solid performance by the entire team. Agustin Rodriguez is another player who's performed well for us. He's currently injured and has been with a broken ankle for a while. I'm looking forward to getting him back to the club because he really is a solid player for us. And when he was playing, before he got injured, he was a key kind of component in our kind of creative core at the centre of our midfield. So looking forward to getting him back. Matty's also suspended because, as you guys know, if you watched last episode, he was a bit of a naughty boy. Got himself sent off, which was less than ideal. But I'm hoping that other players were going to be able to fill his shoes going forward. So looking at the squad, a few younger players to tell you guys about who are going to be playing. We have Rico Francis as well, who's going to be playing, I think, in fact... No, he's not. I've changed my mind last minute. I'm going to play Dzeko instead. Dzeko, I've promised, will leave at the end of the season. He's really not had the best season at the club. Only 9 games and only averaging a 6.74 rating. Really not ideal and not high enough kind of standards compared to all the other midfielders we have. And he's not playing well enough to warrant me to play him in the first team. He wants first team football, and I'm all too happy to oblige with that. I didn't realise Pereira was fit again, though. We'll take him off for Luis Enrique. Enrique's struggling a little bit with fitness. Mind you, so is Dzeko. I'm really unconvinced here that Dzeko's match fit. I I'm going to play Enrique. I'm really indecisive here, guys. This is not what I need before a big game against Man U, but it's what I'm doing, so I suppose we'll just have to roll with it. Peyrard has continued to develop this year, which is another good thing to see. He's now got a 4.5-star rating from our staff members, so he is the best player in the club, in the kind of humble opinion of Shea, given our assistant manager, and I can't really disagree with him. He's been superb. Has an average rating and a value now of 20 million. I rejected some bids from the likes of Manchester United in the region of 40 million at Christmas. Really happy that I've kept him here, and hopefully he can have an impact as we go into this game against Manchester United, despite the fact he will be starting on the bench. Got one space on the bench as well for one more player. We'll stick Glenn Stewart on there. Why not give him a chance to maybe come on and shine if we get some defensive problems? So we are playing away to Manchester United here. That said, I'm actually going to stick with the attacking philosophy that I've been using. I thought when I first started using this tactic, hey, I might have to start using an anchor man. However, what I've kind of noticed is that our best form of defence as a team is our sheer attack. You know, we attack very well as a unit, and I'm hoping that that's going to work well in our favour and hopefully allow us to win this game. So we will see how we get on here. Playing against Manchester United, it's going to be a tricky one. Looking at the stats early on, Manchester United have had the better of the ball and the better of the possession. You'd kind of expect that. I'm really looking for us to be clinical, grind out one or two key chances and hopefully take them on and grab a goal and grab a win. Obviously, we've been on a really good run of kind of wins in a row, so it'd be nice to keep that going, but I would love to be able to keep our unbeaten streak going. And we have a chance at Alfredo Senior, options in the centre, pulls it back to Shaw, falls to him. I think that might be offside. Yeah. I thought that was offside as well. But no, that's good to see us create an opportunity there, and shows that we do have some intent going forward, showing that we can craft opportunities at Old Trafford, which is going to be vital if we want to secure a win. But no, as I was just talking about before that good chance, I really want to preserve the unbeaten run, and we're going to have to defend well, which is something that we've done all too well this year. Despite the change in tactics and kind of removing the anchorman, we've still defended solidly since that change, and if anything, it's just left us with a bit more potent threats in the final third, rather than just playing with the lone striker. Farias here whips in the ball, saved there and cleared away as well. Great save by Pavlenko. Nazarov getting a second kind of touch on it just to nod it out for a corner. A little bit worrying to see Manchester United creating some chances like this in the 19th minute, but when you play Manchester United at any level with any team, they're going to create chances, and you've really got to just make sure you keep them to a minimum, and when they do come their way, that you get a little bit of luck, I suppose, in your favour. So you can see here how we've really got men behind the ball. We're kind of shutting out Manchester United, limiting them in terms of saying, you know what, you've got to come and break us down. They're spreading the play, really trying to, I guess, split our play. But as you can see here, players really getting well behind the ball and defending as a unit. The wing backs just drop back when we don't have the ball, and all in all, it's very good to see us doing that. Looking at the stats, Manchester United dominating possession 30 minutes in, perhaps a chance our way. Nazarov, Barbosa perhaps with a second chance to get a ball in per area. Good play. Oh, Hernandez, is it Enrique? Enrique hitting the post there as well. I almost said Hernandez, but he plays for Lazio, I think, so it's not Hernandez, Jack. It's Enrique, of course it is. Not even knowing the names of your own regions. I mean, what a noob. But good to see us get that chance there. Unfortunately, just cannoned off the post, but shows that we are still crafting opportunities. Fairly 50-50 game. I'm going to tell the guys I'm happy with the performance. I'm also going to tell the midfield you weren't bad, but you can improve. I have faith. I'm actually going to tell the entire team this, and hopefully people react well. A few reactions to say, players performing well. If we get to kind of 55, 60 minutes and we're still 0-0, or we need to bring on a player and try and grab a goal, I've got Peyrard on the bench who I'm willing to bring on, but I am resting him for this game simply because he isn't match fit and isn't quite ready to last a whole game, because he has been just playing so much football for us across all competitions. Man U with a chance here. Hopefully we can defend it well. Romario tries to get the ball in, dispossessed there by Shaw, and potentially a counter-attack here. Or not. Oh, okay. You can see, though, how we've got men behind the ball. It is good to see us defending well. And we've got to make the most of a counter-attack when it comes our way. And here's one. Barbosa bury it. De Gea with the huge save there. Big save by the keeper. I think that was De Gea in goal. I assume it was De Gea in goal. I think it said De Gea. I might be going crazy. Who knows? But no, crafting a good opportunity there. Got to look for a few more of them going forward. But good to see us kind of being able to hit Man U on the counter. But at the moment, we are defending well, which is good. And we are limiting their chances, which, as I said a second ago, was something I'm really stressing about here. Nazarov takes a knock. I might change the tactics up a little bit here. Just because Glenn can't play a wing back, so I'm actually going to drop back to something a little bit more like this. And then I'm also going to bring on Payrod and Playmaker. And then I'm going to switch to counter, I think. Just play a little bit more defensively, maybe get a few more men behind the ball, but then look to plough it up the field to our kind of trio up front of Barbosa, Alfredo, Sinio and Payrod. Really looking for these players to make a difference. Glenn Stewart, I know, can make a difference. He's a really solid wing-back, and I'm hoping that he can just have a top performance here. A draw wouldn't be a bad result. 0-0 would be a little bit boring for you guys, but I would certainly take it away against Manchester United, and it looks like that is how it's going to finish. That's been great for us. Horn was unbeatable at the back. He did get man of the match, which is good to see. 8.8 rating. Crazy stuff there for a centre-back. Happy with the performance. Superb play. That draw does keep us in contention for the Champions League spots. We've got a game in hand which, if we win, would take us 3 points clear, and with superior goal difference, kind of ahead of Chelsea. Chelsea beat Man City as well, which is a good result for us. Unfortunately, Arsenal did win with a last-minute goal against Spurs away, which just means that they pull away a little bit in the table because of the fact we could only muster up a draw against Manchester United. But nevertheless, not a bad performance by any stretch of the imagination. Looking at the fixtures, I'm not sure what the next game's going to be, because I don't know how we're going to progress in the FA Cup. I guess it'll probably be the FA Cup semi-final. It's just a case of when that is. I'm not going to do the Europa League because, as I already mentioned, Twente, I expect us to do well there, and I'm very hopeful we can get a result there. Just depends on, I don't know, where the Europa Cup semi-final slots in, if we get that far, where the FA Cup final and semi-final slot in, and just depends on how... I don't know how our season shapes up, I suppose, because there's a few key games to go still. Looking at our final run in the league, you'd have to say we probably have a fairly easy or easier run in. There's only really Arsenal who I'd say might struggle against them, whereas if we look at the likes of Arsenal's fixtures, they're still in the FA Cup as well. They've got their replay against Leeds United. But in terms of the other games, they've got still Chelsea, Manchester City, who can hopefully do us some favours to play, as well as ourselves. Manchester United, let's see what fixtures they have. They've got Spurs and Chelsea still to play, so potential slip-ups there for us. And then if we look last but not least at Manchester City's, hopefully, I'm hoping here that they have some tough fixtures left to go. They've still got Arsenal and Liverpool, which could be tough ties for them. So, I mean, there's still a way to go. I'd say we probably have the easier fixtures, but that doesn't really mean anything because we still have to win those games. But great to see us still going unbeaten. Hopefully we can maintain that run going forward. So yeah, I think that's everything, guys. As I always say, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you've watched until this point, please give the video a like rating. Helps me lets me know, I guess, that you guys are enjoying the content, that you guys are enjoying the videos. And other than that, guys, I will talk to you in a bit. It is me, Jack, and I'm out, guys.